Welcome to Bitcoin News today on the 27th of November 2018. I'm James, and in today's episode we're going to be looking at what I learned from the rise and fall of Bitcoin so far. Why is Bitcoin crashing, and is 3K really the bottom? How will Bitcoin behave in December? Is it a good time to sell? And can Bitcoin reach 10K by the end of 2019? If that sounds interesting, definitely stay tuned to the video. So we're currently looking at live Bitcoin transactions on the BitBonkers website. You can see that there's quite a few small transactions happening at the moment as I'm making this video, but it is, oh, there's a little bit of a bigger one, 432 Bitcoins that transaction was for. So it is 2 p.m. in the afternoon, so maybe not the busiest time. That is UK time. Let's go on to coins360.io and look at the state of the whole of the cryptocurrency market. We can see lots of red across the board with some green for the very small altcoins. So the vast majority of coins, including Bitcoin, is down today compared to yesterday. There is good news though. Ohio has become the first state to allow businesses to pay taxes with Bitcoin. So this is great for mass adoption, which Bitcoin definitely needs. And very modern of the Ohio local state government there to be accepting Bitcoin from businesses who may want to pay their taxes in Bitcoin. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. Let's go over to the technical analysis. We did recently see a little bit of a gap down, and whenever there's a gap in the Bitcoin price, these gaps tend to get filled very quickly, and this gap happened from approximately $4,082 to $4,052, so a slight gap in the chart there on the Bitcoin futures chart. So that could indicate that we could see a bit of a bull move for Bitcoin very soon, and that could mean a increase of around about 11%. So the question is 3K the bottom? So let's go over to the Coinbase chart, which is one of the more popular exchanges, and we can have a look at the volume chart on Coinbase. And we can see that recently there has been quite a spike in volume on the daily chart. Let's move to the weekly chart for a bit of a better picture. And we can really see that there is a big peak in volume, in the selling volume on Coinbase. So this could mean that possibly this is the bottom. Let's compare it to some other times in history where we've seen a big sell-off. There was back on the week of the 5th of February when the price actually did reach a bottom point on the chart. We did see a big red volume surge there, and the price dipped really low. We then did see a decline in volume for virtually the whole of this year. So this is the first big volume spike. Let's just check this on the Bitfinex exchange as well, see how that compares. Again, we can see a very similar volume profile. Let's scroll back in time to previous times. So you can see whenever there is a dip in price where it's kind of a confirmed bottom, the price bottoms out and then reverses back up again, you do see a spike in the volume. So volume is a very reliable indicator to find the bottoms of the market. We did get a bottom here that wasn't really confirmed with volume, so it's not 100% reliable. So let's have another look. Because we're getting such big volume after a period of low volume, then it suggests to me that potentially the bottom has been found at around about 3,695. Could it go lower? Potentially it could go lower. We're seeing an RSI level of 30 on the weekly chart, which is extremely low. If you scroll back it went as low as about 28, which was on the week of the 5th of January 2015. Since then, people were saying, by the way, at that time that Bitcoin had died, and we did see the price go up nearly 8,000% after that until the peak. So if we're back at that level again today and the price goes up 8,000 from today's price, well, we're looking at a very high amount. See if I can get it on the chart. Let's see, 8,000%. We'll be looking at over $300,000 per Bitcoin. So yeah, potentially it could be a very good time to buy, but I understand the psychology of it. It's very scary when the Bitcoin price drops, especially when it drops so significantly. So what I would suggest you do is wait for the price to start to increase. Now, is it a good time to sell Bitcoin at the moment? It would have been a good time to sell recently. Let's just zoom in on the recent action. Say when the price was here, if you did expect the price to drop then and you sold Bitcoin, as in shorted Bitcoin, you could have made a profit of 43%. But will the price drop further from what we are at now? It could drop, and you could set a stop order around about 4,200 just in case the price starts to go up. But if the price does go further down, then yes, you could make a little bit of profit by shorting Bitcoin now. But saying that, the RSI level on the daily chart being, it's just touched 11, just over 11 recently. That is such a low daily RSI that it is really unlikely that the price could go any lower, and we've seen such a sell-off recently that I do wonder if there's anybody left willing to sell their Bitcoin at any lower prices than this. And remember that every time that somebody sells Bitcoin, somebody else is buying that Bitcoin. So this could be Bitcoin going from recreational investors like you and I into the hands of institutional investors on Wall Street who are more confident that the Bitcoin price will increase in the future. So my advice to you, if you're still holding Bitcoin, hold on to it longer, because if you're confident about the Bitcoin technology, then you want to wait for the price to be high before you sell. So that is my advice about that. How's it going to behave into December? Well, I think we will see the price go up. This RSI level is so low. Generally, when you get a RSI level that is extremely low, then the price will move up afterwards. So I don't see why this should be any different to that. I think we're going to get an increase in price, but then we could get a decrease in price. So I've learned that you have to really be on top of this, and you have to be ready to sell and buy at the right times. So for example, a lot of people bought in the run up in this bull run before January. So we were seeing the price go up and up and up. A lot of people were getting involved right at the top here, but then we started to see the price drop. Now this could have been a very good time to sell when the price started to drop, but everybody was really expecting that the price would carry on going up. People were really being greedy. So one thing I've learned is not to be greedy and to sell, to take your profits when the price starts to drop. So the point that you want to get into a trade is not at the bottom. You don't want to be looking for the bottom, you want to be waiting for confirmation. So when, say for here, the price starts to go up, that is a good time to buy, and then when the price starts to go down, that's the good time to take your profits. So we've seen that the price has started to drop. It's not a good time to buy just yet. What we're waiting for now is for the price to start to go up. So once that's confirmed, once you see definite confirmation that the price is going up again, you're seeing the RSI level increasing, then it could be a good time to buy. So that's what I expect to see in December. But because we're seeing such volatility in the market, you're going to have to be ready to not only buy as the price is going up, but also look at shorting the Bitcoin price as it starts to drop again, because obviously we know from history that the price goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So you can make money both ways by buying on the way up and shorting on the way down. That way you're going to maximize your profit as we go into 2019 with more knowledge now and more skill after practicing. So never invest any money that you cannot afford to lose, especially when you are learning. So could Bitcoin go down to nothing? Could we see this line here project down to absolutely zero? Well, the only time that could happen is if the Bitcoin network itself goes down, and the Bitcoin network is one of the most reliable in the world because it has so many nodes. If any of the nodes go offline, there's going to be other nodes that still have a copy of the blockchain on it. And for example, if something terrible happened in the future where the whole of the internet went off, all of those computers around the world that have a copy of the blockchain, when the internet comes on again, they can then resync and everybody's transactions will be safe. And you can actually increase the reliability of the Bitcoin network by running your own node. If you've got a spare computer, you can definitely do that, and you can search for Bitcoin Core node for details of how to do that. So can Bitcoin reach 10k by the end of 2019? Well, again, that is a difficult question to ask, but let's go to the Bitstamp chart where we can zoom out to the all-time chart and see if we can see any trend. Okay, so here is the Bitstamp chart, which goes back the furthest. They started in 2011 when the Bitcoin price was really just down at $2.29, and since then obviously the price has gone up and up. Now if you draw a line and try to draw a follow the bottom of this chart, you can see that we have dipped below this all-time trend line. So what we really need to do is wait for confirmation that the price goes back up above this trend line and starts to follow the trend. So that's what I'm looking for going into 2019. If we do see that happen, then possibly yes, we could see the Bitcoin price reach 10k by about June 2019, but we do need to wait for confirmation of that to happen. If we start to see the price going downwards, for example, below this trend line, then we need to start looking for some support levels. So let's have a look at those support levels now. Let's go back to the Coinbase chart. I choose Coinbase because it's one of the top exchanges in the world. So they've got plenty of data which goes back to 2015. So the particular levels that we're looking for are around about this area here. So I'm going to add an indicator onto the chart that helps me to identify support and resistance levels. That one is the support and resistance indicator, which says Barry in brackets. So let's add that one onto the chart, and then you can see that it has plotted some support and resistance levels, which you can see as these dots on the chart. Now let's change the time frame to the weekly time frame, and we can see that we are just above a support level of around about 3,657. So we did drop down to that level before and then bounced up of it, up off it. So that seems like that support level has held. But if the price does break down below that support level, then the next ones that we're looking at are at 2,613. So if you start to see the price drop below, say 3,451 and go lower than that, the next support level that we're really looking at is the major one would be around about 2,600 odd. So that could give a good opportunity to short the price of Bitcoin if we do see it drop from then. But my expectation with the RSI level being this low, as I say, is that we are going to see at least a bullish bounce in the short term. But this is a great indicator to help you to identify resistance and support lines with these dots on the chart. So great way to identify the major ones. If you drop down to the daily chart, you will see even more levels appear on the chart. And what we need to do is zoom in on this area specifically, and then this reveals that there are some other minor support lines at 3,486, 3,436, and then going down to 2,891 and 2,769. So great little indicator there to help you to spot those support lines much more easily. And it is worth noting as well that the current Coinbase price is 5% below the market average, so we should see a 5% increase in price on the Coinbase chart very soon, because people will be buying on Coinbase and then selling on other exchanges, which will cause the price to even out. And that should happen in the next few hours, I'm sure. So do expect a little bit of an increase in price on Coinbase. That will take us up to, let's see, around about 3,895. So do let me know what you think in the comments. Give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. Below this video in the description, you'll see that you can get $5 worth of Bitcoin, sorry, $10 worth of Bitcoin free from Coinbase by clicking through the link. And I've got an article on how to short the Bitcoin price so that you can make money if the Bitcoin price does drop further. So definitely check out those links and check out this video as well, that I'm sure you will love. Thanks for watching, see you again soon, and happy trading. Bye for now.